Grab your popcorn, rip that ticket, get in that seat, lickety splicket. Go watch a movie.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Go Watch a Movie, episode 162. I'm Kelvin.
And I'm Robert.
Today, we will be going back to Netflix and doing their new film, Outside the Wire. I'm pretty sure this is part of we're going to be releasing a new movie every week in 2021. If not, it better be. But before we get into that, a little bit of entertainment news. Almost with Obama there.
I love his pauses, though. It shows he's thinking. It shows he's thinking.
Yeah, he's not just working stuff out. I should start doing that. Entertainment news. There we go. I'm not doing what he's doing. First off, a little bit of Justice League news. I just want this shit to be over with, honestly. But news keeps coming out about it. First and foremost, Snyder said it's going to be one long 4-hour movie and not a mini movie trilogy like they said.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess that's something.
Yeah.
I don't know which I'd rather have, because 4 hours. I mean, I've set for 3 and something with Lord of the Rings extended stuff, but has it been a 4-hour movie?
I'm sure there's one out there. I don't remember one.
Let's see.
I'm sure it exists.
Because that is a long time for people to sit. But I guess if they're at home on HBO like they want, it's not so bad. Oh, yes, quite a few. So, yeah. It just seems like, I don't know, I guess 4 hours just sounds like a long time when most movies are 90 minutes, you know?
Mm-hmm. Apparently the longest movie is 48 hours.
What?
The longest, most meaningless movie in the world is an underground movie made in the UK that runs 48 hours. According to good old Wikipedia.
I want to see that, but in spurts. Huh. What's the name? Does it have the name?
Oh, no, I'm not digging that.
Okay.
After I saw that, I was just like, nah. Sounds like a trap.
It's a trap. On the same note, Martian Manhunter will be in the Justice League. Apparently, Harry Lennox will be portraying Martian Manhunter. So that'll be a nice added bonus. Something to look forward to, so you're not just going back into the same old Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of Boys Season 3 news. One storyline that I guess people thought they were going to steer away from has been confirmed to happen in Season 3 of The Boys. It happened in the comic book, and it's a very brutal R-rated comic book. But the boys, or the 7, say they're going to space to fight aliens, but secretly they go to an island and have a wild weekend filled with sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And I guess they're going to tackle that storyline in the show. So that'll be interesting.
Okay.
And then, of course, the boys, Butcher and the boys, follow them because they think they're up to no good. And yeah, the hilarities ensue. So
yeah. Looking forward to seeing that one.
Yeah, I mean, I won't not watch anything they put out. So
Mm-hmm.
They do fantastic jobs. Yeah, that's everything for news this week. That'll bring us to trailers. You first or me, sir?
I'll go right ahead.
Mine is a little film called Boss Level. Massive fan of the for lack of a better term, Groundhog's Day themed films. This is a kind of a twist on that. Is this a murderous twist, I should say, on it? There's a soldier of fortune, mercenary type guy, played by Frank Grillo, and he basically, like most of these movies, people end up to the point where they are just like, fuck it, I'll die every day because it'll change things for me. This one, he gets killed every day by a different eccentric style hitman of some sort, kind of like all the hitmen from that one movie that we liked but had a shit ending. I forget.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, apparently he gets, and Mel Gibson is the main villain in this, and he somehow has control of time and has locked this guy in a time loop. And the trailer gives a little bit too much because he's narrating the whole thing like, I've been stuck and getting killed by a different asshole every day of the same day. And he's learned skills to beat them all. And then he says the only way I can break it is by saving my girlfriend. So hopefully there's a twist past that, but they revealed all that shit in the trailer. But it looks like a fun, super fun movie based on that style.
Right on. Alrighty. Well, I know we've already actually mentioned this to each other, and I know you've posted the trailer, but I can't help it. It's Willys Wonderland. How can you not want to watch this trailer? If you guys haven't seen this trailer, it looks a lot of fun. It looks ridiculous. It's basically this guy who's extremely quiet for some reason. He doesn't say a whole lot. You don't think he says anything in the trailer except for maybe screams. And then, but one of the jokes is like, yeah, I like a man with a few words or whatever. But anywho, it's this guy. I guess his car gets ruined somehow. Something happens to it. I don't know. And the guy promises to fix it for him if he could just stay one night in this establishment called Willys Wonderland. So he goes in, it's like anybody would. He's cleaning and he's doing his job. He's wearing a shirt, And then all these people come in. They're like, you got to get out of here. You're really a sacrifice, blah, blah, blah. But he doesn't seem to care. He just keeps on cleaning. And then suddenly all these crazy looking creatures start coming out. Like
from Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, from Chuck E. Cheese, basically. Or like, what's that Banana Splits movie?
Yeah.
Little animatronic, bears and stuff.
Happy you're here. We're singing a song. Those things.
Yeah, crazy stuff. And basically, it's you think, okay, Nick's in trouble because all these crazy creatures are going after him. But no, the crazy creatures are in trouble because it's Nick Cage. Who's going to always win? Cage.
In a crazy fashion.
So it looks like a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to this one. I've like last couple things I've seen from him have been great. So I'm looking forward to this one, adding this one to the list. So Willys Wonderland. Yeah,
he's on a roll. Like he's embraced himself.
Mm-hmm.
So much so they're going to do that meta Cage movie where he's actually playing Cage and is tossed into a Cage-like scenario. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I can't wait for it. That's going to be a fun episode, hopefully. But yeah, all those trailers are posted on the socials and gowatchmovie.com. So check those out. But yeah, that'll bring us to Outside the Wire. Watchbot, if you do not mind.
In the near future, a drone pilot sent into a war zone finds himself paired up with a top-secret android officer on a mission to stop a nuclear attack.
Thank you, Watchbot. This one, I don't know what I was expecting. Came into it, I guess, pretty much expecting nothing. Not in a bad way. Like, I don't have any expectations for this shit. Not like that. But yeah, Anthony Mackie that's how you say his name, right? Yeah, as a cyborg.
I think he's an android.
Android, okay.
I don't think he's a cyborg because I don't think he had any actual like real human flesh. So he's not.
You're right. Yep, you're right. Android, and this him and his fun little sidekick, who was doing the best Denzel Washington impression ever. I thought he was a Washington. Some of his mannerisms and the way he pronounced things made me I was like, is he like the son of Denzel Washington that I've never heard of? But he's not. He's actually a British kid.
Interesting.
Yeah, he Desmond Idris. But yeah, he fucks up and they have to go on an adventure. Right now I'm still formulating things. So what's your initial takes on this?
I like the mechs. Outside of that, I didn't really think yeah, the gums. I think they call them gums too. I didn't.
Did they give is that like a anagram for something, or like what is this?
I don't know. In a weird sort of way, I thought they were like, even though they probably weren't, they were kind of given what was a Tom Hanks movie.
Oh, Forrest Gump?
Yeah, Forrest Gump.
They were slow.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe, but I doubt it. But that's kind of what the idea that I was getting. But I don't know. I didn't really get Denzel Washington from. I thought his performance was. I think it was supposed to be kind of flat, like emotionally flat, because that was kind of the character he was playing, which he did perfectly. But I mean, it didn't really give much more than that. Even at the end, when he was a little more, animated or emotional, I think it was still kind of flat. And that was my overall, and that was pretty much my overall impression of the movie, was just kind of flat. Like the trailer, of course, it does the same mistake most trailers do. It gives you all the action scenes, all the explosions. So you're expecting that when you go to see it. But I will say they did give us a little bit more than that. I was not expecting the reversal. I wasn't expecting, what happened. I don't know if you want to talk about that now or not. Big spoilers. But yeah, I didn't expect that reversal. So that was rewarding. But outside of that, most of the movie felt kind of flat for me. It didn't grab me. I didn't really care too much about the characters. I couldn't really relate to anybody. I'm sure I've made plenty of mistakes in my life too, but I mean, I've never been sent off somewhere because of it, and had to fend for my life. And
I hope you've never made a mistake as large as
yeah. And it turns out he didn't really make a mistake. I mean, he did, but he didn't. I mean, he disobeyed an order, but he did save a bunch of people.
I think that's,
which was the point they wanted to try to make.
Yeah, no home. Like, what's the moral line for humans? Or is there one? Because a lot of people don't, as we've learned in these past few years. A lot of people lose their morals very quickly, whether it be for popularity or that green machine that is the dollar. I wanted more out of the android. I wanted like he was just basically like a super soldier to me. I could maybe give him the Gumps were more interesting than him in my opinion, because I was actually curious about them, whereas him I was like, well, he's just gonna be faster and stronger. That's it. Like, he's not even bulletproof. He can't
he heals with tape.
Yeah. Masking tape, and he's good. Yeah. Good to go. Send me back out there. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. I don't get it. But yeah, I guess maybe that's my problem. Like, you give me an android as a lead and I want Terminator style fighting, and he had no equal.
I wanted Terminator-like effects too. I didn't like the way he looked. Like it was all of a sudden, it was like a Twilight moment. I'm gonna take my shirt off, and then I'm gonna twinkle. So I just didn't get that. I also didn't like the design. Maybe that's more realistic of what one would actually look like. I don't know, but it just seemed kind of.
I think that would be a fucking flawed design. Like, it seems so fragile. Like, well, not seems. It is so fragile. He just shoved a knife right through.
Yep.
Like, what? Yeah, I don't know. I think and maybe we shouldn't try to compare it to other stuff, but like, there's so many other great examples of androids out there. Data, yeah. The one from the new Netflix Lost in Space. There's just good stuff, and he didn't do anything really spectacular. Now, granted, yeah, of course, if I'm a human standing next to him, yeah, it's awesome to see. But yeah, he didn't do anything spectacular. I think my favorite part of this movie was the moral dilemma. Just get you thinking about sacrifices and a little bit more respect for the troops who actually do have to do those things. Not that I didn't respect them at first, but increased on that respect, that actually have to make those decisions on a regular basis.
So the one from Lost in Space though, was that just that was just a robot, not an android, but was it supposed to be like an alien, like a mechanical alien species, or was it just supposed
I
to be
thought
like,
he was an android because he had an AI.
no, he's a robot. You got to be an android, you have to look like a human.
Oh,
You
I
have
didn't
to be
know that was
you
a
have to be-
qualification.
yeah, you have to look like you're pretending to be a human, basically, the
Gotcha.
fullest. So yeah, so you get cyborg is a mix of human and robot. Android is a robot completely that looks like a human, or you just got a robot.
And a Terminator
Yeah.
is a cyborg.
Yes.
Or android.
No, it's a cyborg because it has real human flesh, but it has a cybernetic
Flesh
exoskeleton.
counts?
Yes, the flesh is human flesh.
But
Any
I
human
mean,
flesh,
like-
you don't have to have a brain. You just have to have human
I thought like
flesh.
some kind of human insides would make it cyborg. Flesh counts?
Yeah, flesh counts. That's an organ. That's your biggest organ on your body.
I've heard
Yeah.
that riddle. Bah. Oh yeah, I guess yeah, that makes sense. But I mean he
You wanted more from him. I wanted more from him too, but I just don't know what. Even with the emotion thing, like he was trying to. He's like he responds to the person. That's how his emotional response is to him. Basically, whoever he's talking to.
mhm.
He said that, and I was thinking, well, this kid is so flat. It's like he should have just stared back at him blankly because that's what they were doing with each other instead of actually interacting. It was weird. I don't know.
They did that a lot. You're right. Just long, passionate look. My thing is, this was supposed to be a big secret. Yeah, every chance they got, they argued about it in front of at least 5 or 6 troops.
Mhm.
Every chance they got.
There was a lot of known secrets in this movie. I love at the very beginning. He's like, they show, he goes, there's a bunch of Russian installations with all these nukes, and then they show a map with every location, but they're supposed to be secret locations. I'm just like, oh my goodness. And then he's supposed to be a secret. Yeah, everybody knows about him. So yeah, it's kind of funny.
Everybody knows. Everybody we
chuckle.
meet.
It did make me chuckle a couple times.
Yeah, I hope these pick up because I don't want to start putting like Netflix. You removed out of that category for me because of Extraction, The Old Guard, even Six Underground helped kind of push you out of there. So kind of keep that momentum going.
Yeah, don't fall back.
Yeah, because and I guess the Midnight Sky wasn't completely and utter trash, like as far as them
not for everybody.
pushed to mainstream. Yeah.
Mhm.
But this one felt like it's going back to that old formula of even with Anthony Mackie power pushing it.
Yeah, a little Anthony Mackie producer action, but maybe they were trying to make a bigger message, saying we're going to sacrifice this one movie because so you think about all the other movies that are great, kind of like in the movie, sacrifice a couple people, save a whole bunch.
I got you.
Yeah,
A little collateral damage. You said I was going to ask you what you thought about Lieutenant Thomas, but kind of flat for you.
Yeah.
And, let me clarify. When I said he gave me Denzel Washington, I wasn't saying acting ability. I was saying mannerisms.
Yeah, no, I understand what you were saying.
Yeah.
What about what was that, Sophia? Did you enjoy her performance?
I mean, like, maybe I watched too many movies because it's like she comes out. I'm like, oh. There's the badass English woman resistance leader. Mm-hmm. How many times have you seen that?
Yeah. I mean, kind of, yeah. I felt the same way.
Yeah.
I wanted more from her, too. I mean, I wanted there to be more of a mystery or more of something hidden. They were keeping it, they're a real secret in the movie and then reveal it at the end other than what happened. So, I don't know.
Let's get to that. The mystery of this movie. The switcheroo and spoilers, ladies and gentlemen. So we find out Mr. Mackey has been plotting this entire time and double crosses the U.S. government. He's the bad guy. Well, one of the bad guys. Mm-hmm. Are there really any good people? Because the lead guy, I guess, I guess he's not bad, but because he felt like he was doing good. But then he gets to a place full of corrupt fucks.
Mm-hmm.
Like I guess the main general there didn't trust, because he was a android, didn't trust Anthony Mackie's character Leo, and then Anthony Mackie's character was a bad guy, and then Sophia's kind of a bad guy. So,
well, Belle was good. The woman who was piloting the drone. She was wrong with her. You could argue that both Leo and Harp were like, I'll play devil's advocate. They were maybe like anti-heroes, even though they did something bad. They were doing it for the greater good. So you could argue that they're still, even though because and Harp's character does mention this, that you gotta get a little dirty or whatever, and sometimes he tries to explain himself earlier in the movie to try to soften the blow later. So you could argue that they are actually good guys, even though they're about one of them killed 2 people in the beginning to get into this situation, and one of them wants to kill millions to save the world, basically.
Yeah. What's that all about?
Didn't he basically want to go like do a Dr. Manhattan?
Yes.
When kill a bunch of folks
and get rid of the program, the Android program.
Well, so, even saw how dangerous he was. So
yes, yeah.
That's that's if you really think about it, it's actually kind of cool. But at the same time, the delivery of the whole movie was so, like I said again, flat. It just doesn't maybe resonate with everybody. Or maybe people love it. I don't know.
You think they needed someone charismatic? And please don't get this wrong. Anthony Mackie is a fantastic actor. Mm-hmm. He's current Captain America until, as far as we know, because we haven't seen otherwise as of yet. But he's current Captain America. He's great. But you think they needed someone with a little bit more charismatism to spice up this, like a third person?
I think they just needed Leo to finally come out of his shell. Is what I think. I think once we would have got that transition, we would have had a better contrast. It would have made more sense. He would have been more emotional, because they said somewhere in the movie like, you're not being emotional enough. So I think if that would have come out,
that's the thing. I think Leo was actually more emotional than Thomas, because he had this explosive, in your face sailor's mouth personality, quote unquote badass military captain, whereas the guy was just kind of there, Yeah. But I don't.
I also like was a little upset that the ending was just Leo going off on his own, basically to save the day. I feel like that's like we're talking about a nuke that's going to kill millions of people, and you're going to put some kid, basically, even though he's highly trained, and just beat up old car and have him go drive across the country. He doesn't. Country he's not really
honestly,
familiar with.
He wasn't highly trained.
Yeah.
Like he like, as far as field goes,
trained for drone flying, yeah, but not.
Yeah.
So it just seemed kind of like that was a bad decision on the higher ups to send just this guy out to fight against this super soldier android person.
And let's talk about this super soldier android person real quick, because you popped something to my head. Now, this guy, as we already brought up, is a super soldier android made of this bio whatever crap. And we saw, example, a knife penetrates him extremely easy. But then all of a sudden this logic pops up to where the only thing that can penetrate him are these tank stopping rounds.
Yeah, I'm extremely confused by that, because everything else penetrated him when the guy shot him and went through.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but then right before that, like, he shoots him like 3 times and it slows him down. Yeah, he keeps going, but he's clearly hurt. So it's like, why do you need this super tank top? I don't know.
It's strange.
And I wish that interaction was different. Like, I guess Leo didn't want to hurt him, but at the same time, like, give us more than push against the wall. What are you doing here? Shoot. Okay, you're passed out. I walk away. bang, bang, bang. There's no real back and forth. It's just once. You know what I mean? That was our climax. Was this epic brawl that you might think should happen?
But but the kid's just a regular human, and there would have been no real contest if there was an actual fight. You know what I mean?
Well, I didn't want them to like square up at that fist fight, but like
I did. I was like,
some kind of like, you know, a little cat and mouse chase, and maybe the lieutenant has to outsmart him a little bit, even though he's a cyborg or android.
I wanted him to get in there and it'd be like Blade Runner when he's like when dude's chasing him around the house. Crashes his head through a wall.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted.
That would have been great. Yeah. You have Rotten Tomatoes put up? Good, sir.
I do. So the critics give it a green splat. It's a 36%. Only 66 counts, but still 36%. And then the audience score is a 71%. People are enjoying it. People are digging it.
Well, I mean, it is a good popcorn movie if you're not overthinking it like us. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I like the mechs. Yeah. That's what saved it for me, because it just would have been a bunch of soldiers running around. I would have been really upset. I
also wish the mechs had more to do with the Gumps. Like they should have had a lot more to do, because they made a big point of introducing them and, you know, picking with them. And
there was a scene in the beginning of the movie when he first gets to the base, and I'm just thinking, okay, this is a military operation. I bet if there's all these mechs, these Gumps of different varieties, that they're stored in a particular way, or they're set up in this particular way, like an orderly fashion. But there's these mech dogs that were just like wandering around.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why would there just be a mech dog just wandering around, sniffing the ground like he's looking for a snack? I mean, that doesn't make sense.
It didn't.
I gotta say, if they were like supposed to be like guard dogs or something, and they were trying to sniff out, traitors or people who were snuck into the base or something. But still, I don't think they would just be wandering around like a normal dog. It wouldn't look like a normal dog.
Wagging its tail.
Mm-hmm. It just felt very natural to me, just seeing that little mech dog just walk by. Hey, it's a little dog. Nope, that's a mech.
Do you think there was some moral something we're missing with the Gumps? Like maybe the fact that they called them Gumps, the fact that they were getting treated like they were nothing, the fact that they seemed, expendable when he sent them in where he wouldn't send Marines for the, to strike.
It's possible, because they did make a little bit of an emphasis on the scene where the two guys were like banging their against the Gump's head, and they were being kind of cruel and insensitive to it, even though it's, not a sentient object, a thing. But and then the guy walks up and he's just like, quit,
no way to bash your face in.
Yeah. So I mean,
maybe Leo's like, this some kind of inner turmoil with him. I shouldn't exist because it's, I'm empty inside, or I'm no better than that. I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to piece too much to say in this movie. Go watch it now for you.
I don't want to steer people in the wrong direction. It's not a fantastic, wonderful, treat. It's less than that. So I'd say no. I'd say if you miss this one, you're not missing really anything. Yeah. We mentioned some other movies in this podcast. I would go watch those instead. Those are all much better. I'd say no.
It's a popcorn movie. It's like I would have been upset if I went and saw this in a theater. So on those lines, I'm going to go ahead and say no as well.
Yeah, it's not the best thing out there. So I guess I want to be a little more picky.
Yeah. You got this, Netflix. Come on. Next week, I'm looking for something. And we're not turning into a Netflix bashing show or Netflix all, but I'm trying to. I'm interested to see where this goes. A new movie every week, and there are some big ones coming. They're getting these big names now. They're transforming into a the powerhouse, a studio like Warner Brothers, Disney, Netflix. That's what they're trying to do. So I'm giving them a fighting chance. Not that they need my, who am I? But I'm just saying, for those listening, that's what I'm doing, giving them a fighting chance. But yeah, that's episode 162. Outside the Wire, now playing on Netflix near you. Where you can find us at GoWatchMovie.com, the one-stop shop for all things entertainment. The stories are there, the trailers are there, and on our socials, which are on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And that's everything. I'm Kelvin.
And I'm Robert.
Go watch a movie.
Grab your popcorn, rip that ticket. Get in that seat, lickety split it. Go watch a movie.